Well, hey there, welcome back to Silverrun. We're in November, late in the evening. Matter of fact, it is nighttime. And you see here on the flatbed with the Globetrotter, I have 4 6-meter containers, and they are full. All 6 or all 4 of them are full. So let me pull out here on the road. Kind of been scrambling, and there's a reason for it. I was working on getting these loaded up, had them scattered about, and got a great demand up there at the container warehouse. So what better timing to be able to sell these things during a great demand. So I'm trying to be really careful. I know this this trailer is loaded really high, but let's take a look at the menu real quick. If we scroll down here to wood, see right there, great demand, $41.80. That seems to be a pretty good price. So we're going to make our way up there to the container warehouse and get them sold. And while we're doing that, we'll chat about what I have done. Interestingly, you see in the bottom right hand of the screen, it tells you how much, or I guess how many liters of wood that we have on this trailer, and it is 108,500 liters, and that is what totals out to be in these 4 containers. So what have I done? Well, I went ahead and mowed and collected up the grass field. It made it to its 2nd stage of growth, so I got that all put into the bunker silo. And interestingly, it was only about $30,000, or not dollars, 30,000 liters more than when we mowed the grass off of the meadow. So that's really not that much more, to be honest with you. And I had to do a lot more work. So that was kind of an interesting experiment to see how much more you could get off of a grass field versus just the meadow. So that was interesting. So we do have that in the bunker silo. It's been packed down. Oh, there's my turn. Actually, I can go down here, I believe. So it is packed down, and went ahead and put the blanket on the silo. And then after I did that, I went ahead and plowed or tilled in the grass, and I reseeded the field with soybeans. So we have those growing. I believe it's fully fertilized. Oh, don't stop where I'm trying to turn now. I don't understand why these guys do this. Guess we're going down to the next road. So yep, the soybeans are planted and growing. Field's been fertilized. Everything's good. I think we may have to spray for weeds. But we'll have to see about that. I did buy a tractor. I bought a Massey Ferguson. It was in the used vehicle section. 200 horsepower. And I also picked up a cultivator. Alright, so we are up here at the container warehouse. And we have 4 of these containers. So let's see what we get. Holy mackerel. That's a lot of money. 174 out of one and 179 out of the second set. Ooh, man, that is some money. So we're back up to $466,000 just like that. Actually, I think I can. Oh, let's see. How do we do this? There we go. All right. So we have got Got some cash back in the bank. That's really, really good. So all of that timbering activities that I did paid off. That was quite a bit of income right there. And the great thing about it is we have a lot more stuff that we need to sell. So what I'm going to do, we're going to run on back down here to the farm. I'm going to sleep. We'll bring the time around to morning, and then we will get going on more stuff. All right, we are now in December. 8 o'clock in the morning. It's still rather dark. Looks like a cold front is blowing through. It's pushing some snow in. So what progress have I made? You see the excavator is just right back over here. Still have it parked out here. Well, I have made some good progress with cutting down some trees. Here's the little area where the bus is. And so this is looking back down toward the farm. You see I've cleared out all the way down to the lake. And I've even started opening up a field area over here. I got some of it plowed in. I've taken down all of the shrubbery. So that is coming along really good. So back down here at our little farm area, this is the new tractor. Well, the new used tractor, I guess. Massey Ferguson. We got the weight on the back. And it works out really well. 200 horsepower, like I mentioned before. And so we got a little upgrade. Got a little upgrade for the farm. Now, one thing I'm going to do real quick is, if you notice, we've had these sheep in for a while now. And they've only made, well, not even a full pallet of wool. And we need to get that going. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come down here to this lower section down here beside the smelting plant, and we're going to put in a greenhouse. And I want to thank Tin Man Pickle, one of my supporters on the channel, for giving me the recommendation of putting in the open air garden. And I had actually forgot about that. So we're going to do that. We're going to put this in and grow some cotton. Yeah, that looks pretty level. So what we need to do now is go grab a water tanker. So let me go ahead and purchase that. And we're just going to go with the base game water tanker, the ABI. Don't need any changes made. We'll just go with it as is. So let's hop in the tractor and go pick it up. You see we do have a lot of metal pallets over there that we need to get, and I believe there's quite a bit more in the storage of the production facility as well. Alright, so we have the water tanker here. Now, where can I get water? I'm wondering if I can get it from the lake. I'm not really sure. I guess there's only one way to find out. Man, the snow is really coming down. I'm not sure what the temperature is. I'm wondering if we're going to start getting some accumulation. Be interested to see the map with snow on the ground. Alright, so the lake is covered with cattails along the edge, but let's see if we can't back down in there just enough to get some water. I don't know if this will work. It will work. Awesome. Very, very good. Alright, so let's head on back up there to the greenhouse, but before we do, we're going to take a slight detour right down here and check on the progress of the boat. And I've been putting a few things in here and there to make sure that it stays full of supplies. And it looks like we have made a significant amount of progress. Very neat. Very, very neat. So let's see, looking at the menu, we have, what do we need? It looks like we need floor tiles. Probably 3 pallets of floor tiles we need to bring down. So we can handle that here in just a little while. But first we'll run this water back up to the greenhouse, get that in there. And then I believe we're going to need to put seeds in. And then either some fertilizer or manure. We'll have to see. I can't remember exactly what the requirements are. I tell you, the town does look really nice in the dark. There's even a coffee shop just right over there. It has some twinkling lights on it. It looks really neat. Oop, I am on the wrong side here. There we go. We'll get that water put in, and let's open up the door. And where is the trigger? Huh. What am I missing? What am I missing? Well, I don't know why it's not giving me the trigger. We'll just get to it this way. So let's see, we want to make cotton. We can actually do it with water. Let's see what our options are here. Huh. Let's just grow. So we need to put some seeds in. And fertilizer, manure. Tell you what, we're going to activate. We're just going to go with water for now. And see what we can get there. Alright, I'm actually just going to leave this tanker right there. Alright, so that is good. We've got that up and running. I think one greenhouse will be plenty. We don't need a ton of wool and cotton. We just need some to get going with our fabric production. Alright, so what we need to do, we need to look at our production facilities and see what we have in them and what we may need. So if we open that menu back up here, let's check our cow or sheep. They are barely eating anything, so that's been very easy to manage. So we do have the flooring factory. Oh, it looks like I need some planks for that. The wood turner, I've got plenty of wood still in there, so that's just cranking out some products. The sawmill, we still have a whole lot of wood in there, but we will need to resupply that at some point in the future. You see, we have a lot of planks in storage, so we are starting to get overrun with some materials. The iron furnace, we're about half full of ore. Wow, that is a small fortune in metal. So that is what we have. So looks like what we need to do is grab some long planks or regular planks. And then we also need to bring some of these floor tiles over to the boat yard. And then if we take a look at our fields real quick, we have this field is growing here. That's the soybeans. And there's our grass field that should be ready to cut. And then we do have weeds. We do have weeds we need to take care of. So I think what we will do is we're going to take a few moments. I'm going to go grab some of those supplies up from the sawmill and get them moved down here to the production facility and the boatyard. And then when I get done with that, we will grab something to get those weeds out of the field and then go from there. Well, I just got back here to the farm after loading the boatyard and the wood flooring manufacturing facility, and I messed around with the trailer here, and I believe in a previous episode I mentioned that these ramps didn't go out wide enough. Well, that was just me, not extending them out all the way. They actually do slide out pretty good, so I think the excavator would actually ride up on the ramp pretty good now. So, with that being said, let's get that folded up. Lights off, everything folded up. And I had the skid steer here with the pallet forks on it. We'll get that put back under the shed. And there we go. So, now let me check the tires. There's are wide tires on that. There are wide tires on this. I need to find out. We need to take a little jog here. Let me run down to... So we have the grass here is ready. So we can mow that. And then we have... Oh, shoot. I left this roller down here that I actually leased to roll this field. I forgot all about that. Shoot, I paid for the lease. I need to take that back to the shop. Well, as a matter of fact, I may end up using it today. So we see here that the soybeans have weeds in them, but we can use any tire, so that'll be okay. And I did get a message saying that the bunker silo has finished fermenting, so we have that to pick up. Now, the only problem with that is selling it. That is a pain, so I may end up having to put down a sell all location. I'm not real sure. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and get a helper to give us a hand here. So we're going to take the old Volvo and we're going to hook up to the mower and get him put out going in the grass field and get that going. Now I know we're in December. Making hay in December is not realistic, and I understand that, but for this particular playthrough, seasons was not something that I wanted to deal with. We were just playing the map a bit, having some fun, so we're not using seasons in this playthrough. So we'll get down here and get him going. I believe the helper should do okay in this field. Hope so anyway. Get him lined up best we can and then turn him loose. And hopefully the helper deals with the offset pretty good. So let's hop over. Oh, here, if we take a look now that it is daylight, we take a look at all that I have cleared out. Now we are starting to work on the hill here, so this wouldn't be very good for farmland. And you see it is a little bit steeper over here, so we're going to have to start looking at other options with our harvesting. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to run down and grab a... I wonder if I should go with a weeder. Maybe I should do a weeder this time. And not have to get a sprayer. Maybe I'll try that. And I don't know what size those weeds are. I don't know what size they are. So let me do something real quick. We're going to do a quick sprint down here. Fast as we can go. Alright, it says that we need a small weeder. Okay, I can deal with that. Get my speed back in check. Oh, there we go. So let's look for a weeder. I have not used them very often. I normally just spray. And I'm not using precision farming on this playthrough or anything, so... I don't have to worry about our score, our crop score. So that one is 12 meters. This one is 6. We have plenty of money. Can pull it. That one actually can plant canola. Interesting. And that one is 15 meters. Wow, okay. Let's get this. Since we can seed with it, that may be useful in the future. So let's just go ahead and buy it. And we'll head on down to the soybean patch and start working on those weeds. Let me check the temperature too. It has been snowing now for quite some time. That's why. It's only 44 degrees, so it is not sticking. We're going to cut through the land beside the lake. Looks like the mower helper is doing a pretty good job. Hadn't got wrapped around the tree yet. That is a plus. Especially with trees around the field. If you can make it through a session without the helper in a tree, you've done good. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the silage. A little disappointed that we're not able to sell it there at that sell point. Kind of was hoping that Giants may have a patch out or something to update that or fix it before I got to the next time to sell, but that has come quicker than I expected, so we're gonna have to do something different. Not the end of the world having to put down something else, but just a little frustrating. And I think what I'll do is, if I can, I'll set it down near the market, kind of where those other sell points are, just so we can have it nearby. So this thing moves along pretty slow, but it is doing the trick. It's pulling all the weeds out, looks like. Doing a good job. I remember when Farming Simulator 22 was first released, I did a tutorial on the weeders. But since then, I just really have not used them very often. I normally just spray it. That is what I am most familiar with in real life. I've never seen a weeder like this being used. I've seen cultivators used, which is a little bit different. Which technically, I guess these soybeans should be in rows, which would make a cultivator more useful, but in game it appears that whatever kind of weeder this is works out just fine. Yeah, I'm really surprised how much money you can make using the shipping containers. It'd be interesting to maybe do a comparison. That would be a terrible comparison. Trying to do it, but to cut I guess an amount of timber and then loading all of those logs into a shipping container and then maybe selling them outright, seeing which one, well, I know which one's going to pay the most, but maybe see what kind of percentage gain you get. I don't know if anybody's done a tutorial or a guide on that. I'm not real sure, but that would be interesting to see just how much extra you get out of those shipping containers. I know it's a pain. It really is a pain to load them. What I had just sold took me forever to get done, but it seems to be well worth it. I did go around this field at some point in the past and took out some of the trees. There was some that were just really close to the field. I'd gotten too close when I plowed in the field, and so I actually just brought the chipper down here and chipped them up just to clear them out because the helpers kept getting stuck in them and it was getting really frustrating. So I just did that just to clear the edge of the field. I thought about trying to cut them with a chainsaw or something and haul them out, but I just brought the chipper in, made it easy on myself, and got them cleared out. So it may look a little different, a little bit more open around the edges of the field, especially that area along right over there. All right, we got the field weeded, and the helper finished off the mowing. So we're down here now to finally pick up the tedder that we've had down here for quite some time now. This will be the first time we've used it on this series. Maybe the first and the last time. Not real sure if we will be making any more hay, because I believe this one crop here will last a very long time for a sheep. What few sheep we have. And the great thing about it is this tedder is huge, so it is not going to take any time at all to get this field done. 3 or 4 passes back and forth, and I think we will have it done. Now, I don't have a baler, so we're going to have to get one of those. And then we will need a harvester at some point to get the crop up off the field. Now, the only thing, I don't have a silo, and I'm not sure what to do about that. I don't know if I want to put in a silo or if we just sell it outright. I don't know. I have not decided yet. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And we're not doing a very crop heavy playthrough on this series. Really, to be honest with you, the main reason for the fields on this playthrough is just kind of to show that there are some areas that you could make some extra farmland if you chose. But it is not our main focus. The logging aspect of the expansion is the main focus. And we will get back to that here very soon, just as soon as we get done with this field here. I was actually quite surprised at how quick the boat is built. From my understanding, the roller coaster takes quite some time. I believe a little information I had seen directly from Giants indicated it took quite a bit of time. So I didn't really want to take on that project in this particular series. I have taken some materials down to the roller coaster, and I'm not sure if anything has been built. I don't think I've taken enough down there for it to have any progress, but the boats seem to be building fairly quickly, so that's definitely doable. And the reality is you're basically just selling the goods to the boatyard, and they're using it to build a boat. I don't think we will get paid anything once the boat is built. My understanding is that we're basically just dropping off goods or selling goods to them, and then they're using them to build a boat. And just that fast, we're done. That went quickly. Very quickly. This tether makes very, very short work of a field that size. Now, I did plant those trees out there, those little small seedling trees, and I may have messed up. I don't know exactly where I went on that very first pass. So I ended up moving over and starting on another area, and I was able to focus on that and keep the rows straight. I actually turned on the little mini HUD down here, and down at the bottom you have your degrees, and it changes as you turn. So what I did is I just lined it up to 90 and went down this way, and then on the way back I followed that same path. I just moved over a little bit, about the width of the excavator. I'm not sure if it will be enough, but we will see. Alright, so let me run down this edge here and scoop up all of this that was outside of the field boundary. And then what we'll do is I'm going to let a helper rake this up for us, and then I'm going to go ahead and go grab a baler, and we'll get started on that. I did look at the balers briefly, and I actually think I'm going to end up going with a Vermeer round baler. I've got everything else, grass work that we're doing is Vermeer, so I figured why not. We've got a little bit overhanging over here, so we'll go ahead and collect that up. And maybe that'll give the helper just a little buffer down on this end. Alright, let's see what happens here. It looks good. So we'll hop out and let him take over, and then we'll go jump the Massey. And we'll head on down to the shop. Man, the snow is just coming down. It is just coming down. Now, on my last recording, my audio was messed up. I have been having some issues with one of the programs I use for audio. Recently got an update, and since the update it seems to have just been messing up on me. So I think everything is back like it should be now. So hopefully the audio is just a little bit better. I had to do some manual adjustments on the last recording, and that was I just don't think it turned out very well. Alright, so we do have this baler here. Actually, I thought there was a baler in here, or maybe there's not. Maybe it has already gone. So let's hop back over here and find us a baler. So we don't want to spend a ton of money. Could go with something like this. Kind of basic. I don't really like the Pottinger balers. I don't know what it is about them. I just don't like them. We have this class one here. Could use that, but it only makes one size bale, which would be okay. But I think what we're going to do is we'll just go with a Vermeer baler. It makes all sizes. Why not? Everything else we have for our grass work is Vermeer, so we'll just go with a baler to match. And it stays with the DLC thing. So let's see, what size bales are we going to make. I don't really know if I want to make, I guess I'll just make as big a bale as I can, because there's no reason to make the small ones. We're not wrapping it, mixing it. We will just be feeding it to the sheep. So let's just do that. Let's see, he's going back and forth over there. So I think we'll be, hopefully we'll be okay over here. I am missing spots. We'll go ahead and do this one pass here. We may not even make a bell. I don't think we will. Well, we made it all the way around, and we just now have our first bell made. Or almost made. And I do have the round beller extension going, so, well, the mod enabled, so it does stop the baler for me. So I can just leave cruise control on, and it will start and stop when the bell is ready. It's actually a really nice feature, or a really nice mod. There's one thing about round belling that I don't enjoy is having to stop right at 100%, and then 9 times out of 10 it seems like I overshoot it and I end up having to back up, and that's kind of a pain. The bad thing about this is I don't think we're going to continue with very much grass work, which means we're really not going to pay for this equipment. It is not going to pay for itself. Oh, we're missing a bunch down here. We're going to have to handle this. But yeah, I mean, we made the silage, but as far as the hay, we're not going to do enough to really pay for the equipment. I probably should have just leased it. But I really don't like leasing equipment very often. As a matter of fact, did I lease that roller? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot about the roller down there in the field, so we will have to get that moved out at some point during this game day. I have been still running with the time at 1x. You can get a lot of work done in a day in game with it at 1x. So especially for doing the logging part of it, it really helps out because you can really get a lot done. I'll go ahead and finish out these rows, and then we'll worry about this section down here, getting it baled up and raked up. As a matter of fact, I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and finish the baling part and get everything raked up, get it finished baled, and then we'll see about picking up some of this hay and getting it put under the barn. Alright, well, we got the field baled up. And I brought the skid steer out. I was going to start picking it up with that. Then I remembered I had pallet forks for the big loader. I was actually going to go get the truck too, a truck and trailer, and bring it over and load it up with the skid steer. But I figured this might actually be a little quicker. I can get this put in the shed pretty quick and go grab 2 more at a time. So that's what I'm going to do, is just use the big loader. I know it is overkill. Uh-oh. Let's see. There we go. Well, it is not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty. Let's see. Can we push it in? Maybe. Yeah. Good enough? Good enough. And we didn't end up with very many bales off of this field, which I didn't think we would. It's not a very big field. But this hay should last a good long while. See if I can get both of them picked up at the same level. So we have 3 more bells. Is that what we have? Looks like it. Yep, 3 more. Alright, this is actually going pretty quick. So we'll get this put in here for the sheep and they'll be good fed. And then we will continue on. The field behind me, the one we just cut the hay off of, I think I'm going to go ahead and till it in and plant a crop on it. And then we also have this field right over there that I've started on. May tweak that one a little bit, but then I'll go ahead and get lime fertilizer and some seeds out on that one as well. And then we will continue our journey here on Silverrun. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you hadn't done so already. As always, I thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.